As an animator myself and a student of animation filmmaking, I can tell you that Spider-Verse has redefined and revolutionized animation films. You may ask how? I'll tell you. It was 2D animation or drawings which dominated the animation scene, from the old Disney movies to the cartoons we grew up watching. And then it started to go away with the rise of technology when we got computer generated graphics. Now Japanese animation or anime still relies heavily on 2D, but today even they are mixing some 3D into it. The first computer generated 3D film was Toy Story back in 1995, and then there was no looking back. 3D animation was dominating Hollywood, from Pixar to Disney to DreamWorks, everyone, particularly in the mainstream. There was always experimental animation happening in the indie space, like stop motion, 2.5D, developing a visual trick to make 2D look like 3D. But in the mainstream space, we were getting the same thing over and over again. Everything was just looking the same. Everything from Frozen to Up to Soul just looked the same. And the animation industry really became very boring. Everyone was just trying to make everything look very realistic or just cartoon-like. And that is because animated movies are considered meant for kids, which I totally disagree to. It is a simplified way of storytelling, especially in the mainstream. The big audiences for this film are the kids, the younger generation, and these stories always have character arcs, messages for the youth, so that they learn some good morals. And then there are also movies like Super Mario, which totally is based on nostalgia. It is so simple that even a toddler can watch it, and even that does wonders at the box office. But in all of this, there comes a superhero film, supposedly in a time of superhero fatigue, which is yet another Spider-Man film, as if we didn't have enough, which was dealing with the concept of multiverse, which is so complex, and still it hits out of the park. The way they blended 2D and 3D together was revolutionary. The way they played with different textures and visuals, creating that feel that a comic book has come to life. And playing with the animation properties, the movement of the characters, and using that in the narrative. It was not just mind-blowing visuals, but the emotions. The story was full of heart. And then comes the sequel, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We just took it to the next level, which I even didn't think was possible. They just kept pushing the boundaries with the use of different art styles to depict different mood of the characters. Every multiverse has a different design altogether, and when they all just come together is a visual overdose. And all of this can be considered a gimmick, style over substance, but that's not the case. This film is full of emotions. The story carries the visuals. We connect to it. The film literally breaks down what it means to be Spider-Man. What does it mean to be a superhero? The sacrifices you have to make. See, at the end of the day, Spider-Man is just a kid who goes to school. He has homework to do, but he also has powers, so he has to use those powers to do something good in the society. But in doing that, he needs to sacrifice something. Some say the superheroes have power, of course they will be a hero. That's not the case. The film also talks about how a kid grows out of the shadows of his parents, the conflicts and tension that leads to. Then there's so much meta social commentary. And honestly, with all this together, it's just too much. And I can totally understand if someone feels like this. I felt that, but it worked for me. But maybe it may not appeal to everyone. See, I appreciate the insanity, the ambition, and the attempt to make something like this. That itself gives me a high. Over that, it's outstanding with great visuals, amazing storytelling. As an animator, as a cinephile, as a superhero fan, I'm just overwhelmed. But that was not the case with John Wick 4, which I talked about in this video, which again revolutionized action movies, but still didn't work. Why? Check it out here. Now we will be doing a spoiler live discussion on Indian Geek Society. You can check it out here. There's so much to talk about. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like it, the thumbs up button, share this, and I'll see you next time.